Well, I think you come in, there's a clear program of events, but then the variety of players, stakeholders, participants that come here allows you to network. So I think it's probably one of the best networking events. You've got the banks, you've got the oil and gas companies, you've got government, you've got service companies, you've got entrepreneurs here. So I think the biggest one is a very good program of events. You go learn and listen. Companies can come and showcase their big achievements. But I think for me, it's just a networking, getting to meet people that you haven't seen in a long time. I mean, COVID locked us up. I think going to Dubai was the first step out, but coming back to Cape Town, it trumps it.
Perfect. And, sorry, one second. What's your corporate strategy towards the energy transition?
So look, First TMP is an African independent, produces oil and gas. Transition and energy transition and all of that stuff, we all know what we have to do today. I mean, I think I said it in the conference. We have to reduce the temperature of the world by 1.5 to 2%. And that's going to require us to stop emissions and all that stuff. So we know where we are today, and then we know where we want to go. So in 30, 50 years' time, we want to have turned the curve around the heating up of the environment. But I think every continent, every country has to follow its own path to getting there. And I think for First TMP, what we've said is, we sit in Nigeria, we sit in Africa. Nigeria needs the revenue from oil. So what we have to do is get that oil production clean. So it's reduce emissions, carbon capture where we can, and look for projects that allows us to get to net zero in the shortest possible time. So we're along the same agenda everybody is working with. But I think the key one is, in Africa, how many people have access to electricity? How many people have industrial growth, manufacturing needs energy? And hence, where we have gas and gas deposits, gas has to be that transition fuel. It's cleaner than coal, it's cleaner than oil, so let's use it. So for First TMP, it's about align yourself in the agenda of reducing emissions from your operations, but play the gas game majorly. And I think if I have to summarize one thing, the international oil companies, Shell, Total, Ajip, all of them, will do gas from Africa, and it'll be LNG going to Asia, going to Europe. And there have to be champions like ourselves who say, how do we take this gas to be energy solutions in Africa? And hence, First TMP is going to play gas majorly in order to play that transition game. And I think that's what we're about. So participate in the agenda because it's real, but also use gas as a transition fuel. And hopefully we can take gas to all parts of Africa. Start with Nigeria, we can take it to Southern Africa where they're burning coal and all of that. And that's where we would like to get to.
And what's the future outlook for the global oil and gas upstream?
I think it's good, but we must change our game to be aligned to the whole emissions reduction agenda. And it's not just emissions. So, if you go to banks today, banks talk about ESG, environmental, social, and governance. And we have to play the environment and social very well. So I think the oil industry has to change its strategy, its agenda, make sure it's compliant to the environmental and social requirements. But look, there's no way we can step out of oil in 10 years. But then we have to do a lot more with gas. And whatever we do in terms of the outlook for oil and gas, it must be beneficial for Africa on 2 or 3 different platforms. One, the environmental side. 2, the social side, where you're improving the well-being of everyone. And third one is the governance side, where we're all responsible and we're buying into this agenda. So I think the future is a good one, but it's going to put more responsibility on us.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Good.
Can you just maybe comment about it being the end of the week and everybody having a great time here at the Beach Club?
Well, I'm going to throw something out. The weather hasn't been fantastic all week. Well, you know, we have the bride. You know, the weather hasn't been fantastic all week. Then we have the bride. First TMP is sponsoring. So we say we brought the good weather here. We brought it all the way from Nigeria to here. I mean, it's a fantastic day. It's a good end. And one pitch I'll tell everyone is don't run away on Thursday. Stay till this and let's have a social time and enjoy ourselves. So this has been fantastic. The weather is unbelievable today.